Hi, guys. I wanted to talk about Wendy Williams. Now, I'm not a big Wendy Williams fan. I used to listen to her on the radio years ago when she was in Philadelphia. Apparently, her talk show is very popular. I don't really watch it because I don't have cable, but I do watch some of her stuff on the internet. And sometimes she does say some things that are really just don't make sense to me. People were outraged over the comments that she made regarding the speech that the gentleman from, I believe the show is Grey's Anatomy, and I don't remember his name, but when the speech he made on BET, and that tells you how much TV I watch because I really don't watch much because I didn't watch the BET Awards. I saw his speech, but that was really about it. But the comments she made. Now, I'm very surprised because Wendy Williams has made other comments on her show that should make people cringe. The one thing that stood out to me, this was about a year or so ago, when she does the Ask Wendy's, a woman asked her about how she can get her husband to stick to his agreement about having another child. And Wendy Williams' answer to that was to trick him. And I thought that was just horrible, because if someone changed their mind about having a child, even if you want that, you really should respect that if that's your spouse. Because maybe financially, maybe emotionally, he couldn't handle it. We don't know the whole story. But she told her to trick that man, to trick him because he made an agreement. But things can change. Finances change. And I just thought that was horrible. I thought she was setting that woman up to be either battered or for a divorce to happen. And I didn't really hear anybody slam her for that. I think I heard one person slam her for saying that on the internet, and I think that was Tommy Sotomayor. I think he was the only person, but I didn't really hear anybody else slam her for that. So to me, this is not the first time she's made comments that were idiotic and just didn't make sense. I do like the fact that once Roland Martin on TV1 made a video or did a little report on what she said and he called her out, she called him to come on the show after they had a discussion. But I think the reason why she reached out to him, and part of it may be that she really wanted to explain herself and maybe get more information. But the other part of it is that she lost a major contract. One of the car companies, I believe it was Chevrolet, decided they dropped her show. So they no longer do sponsorship with her show. And the reason being is because the ad agency or the person who worked at whatever ad agency was associated with the car company graduated from an HBCU. Now, she put her foot in her mouth, and she does that quite often, although nobody really calls her on it. But although I was happy she had Roland Martin on the show, and that Roland also educated her audience and the people who watch her show, I don't believe she did that truly because she wanted to make amends. And I think she wanted to really get back in good graces, because once they were talking, then she brought up something that happened. She says that happened to her that past weekend when she went to the drugstore and she was the only person in there, black person. And she said they made an announcement that, customer needs help on aisle 3 or whatever. At which she said she knew that was code for meaning black woman in the store, watch her. Well, Roland Martin came on Thursday. If this happened to you over the weekend, you should have said something about that on Monday, because that would have been significant. So I don't believe that she really is that sincere. I think she's about the dollar. I'm not mad at her about that, but let's call it for what it is. And so I'll put the link to the video of when she had Roland Martin on her show. And I think I'm also going to put a link to one of the news stories that I saw about her losing the sponsorship of I think it's Chevrolet. But this is just another reason why we really need to know our history before we start running our mouth. And she has an obligation, even if she's an entertainer. She also claims to educate people because now she's on this vegan kick. I ain't mad at her. I'm trying to get there. But if you have a responsibility to talk to people about eating better, you also have a responsibility to talk to people about culture, history, especially if you say you're a we are the world person. You can be a we are the world person as she says she is, but you really still should know your history. So that's all I have to say on that. I don't know about her. I really don't. But I'd like to hear other people's comments because maybe I'm too harsh on her. But just from seeing her show, I think a lot of things she says don't make sense. But I remember that she is an entertainer. And she said she never really wanted to be a journalist, although she went to school for that. But she is an entertainer. But she still has a responsibility to give out correct information and to not spew ignorance. So I'd like to hear your comments on that. Have a great day.